But yeah, a lot has happened, I'm sure, in those almost 3 years since you were last on.
Not that I remember much of it.
That means you've been working a lot.
I've been working so much.
That just means you've been doing so much epic stuff.
It's been there's been some work. Yeah. I mean, what was it? So
There's been some work.
There's been
some
of all the
work,
work that has happened the last couple of years, has definitely been some of it.
Yes.
And
are you living a more healthy lifestyle?
Well, yeah.
Than
so
3 years ago is what I want to know.
I was a very overworked boy. 2023 in particular was like a very rough year.
Yeah.
A lot of work. I was doing Spice and Wolf. I was doing Bye Bye Earth.
Yeah.
I was doing Pokemon. I was doing other video games.
Pokemon?
I did a Pokemon thing. Yeah.
You didn't know?
No.
Yeah.
What?
It was called Paldean Wins. It was on YouTube. Yeah, it was a
What
little
the
YouTube
fuck?
thing. Yeah, that was good fun.
Yeah.
That was really good fun, actually. Yeah. So I did a Pokemon thing.
It was so good. By the
That's
way.
so sick. What a flex.
Yeah.
It's a nice little bucket list thing. So yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're just every time I talk to you, you're like, here's another dream project I just got signed up for.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm so fucking jealous.
Well, it's good up to there's a phrase, there's a quote that I got from West Wing, but it's basically when the gods wish to punish us, they answer our prayers. And so, because I
The monkey's paw.
pretty much, because I was really inundated with some beautiful projects, and the reality was that it was bloody difficult to get them all done to a quality that you want as well, because standards are really high with this stuff, especially something that existed before, not that far away, not that far in the past, I should say, and now is essentially becoming a remake or something like that, putting your own stamp on it while also not very hopefully not disrespecting what has been the past and a very beloved franchise.
That pressure must be crazy.
I just realized we just assumed everybody has watched Trash Taste for 3 years. In case you don't know, Kevin is a very talented composer. On many shows.
Yeah.
So why don't we do a short list of the stuff that you've done? So you mentioned Spice and Wolf.
Spice and Wolf. Made in Abyss.
Made in Abyss. We
Shield
got
Hero.
Shield Hero. Tower of God.
Tower of Gods.
Fuck, what else have you done?
Star Wars Visions.
Star Wars.
As you just said, Pokemon.
Yeah. I'm forgetting something. Oh, Apothecary.
Right.
I forgot.
That's right.
Apothecary Diaries.
Basically, he's the goat.
I think I know the other guys feel the same. I always just forget because you're just I think of you as Kevin the bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always forget. Like when I watch.
I've worked very hard for that. I've worked very hard for that personality trait. Thank you very much.
Apothecary Diaries. I'm like, fuck, he's so good, isn't he? Damn it. Yeah, I do forget that.
I genuinely think though that is one of Kevin's strongest suits is that you're just so
Yeah.
And look, I don't mean to suck you off right from the get go.
Let me just.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But one thing that I've always appreciated about you as a composer is that you're just so incredibly versatile to the point where you're watching a show and you almost forget that, oh, this is the same guy who did all these other shows, because you're so good at just honing in on a particular vibe and a style that works just so naturally with the shows that if you listen to, say, for example, just the Made in Abyss soundtrack versus the Tower of God soundtrack, you would not think that is the same person composing these songs because they're just so different.
And it's so weird because sometimes I do seasonals. I do
Thank you.
Okay, actually, it's my turn now. Actually, suck your dick, Joey. Get out of the way.
I can just have a coffee, sit back, and
There'll be so many times where I do a stream where I go through all the anime coming out. And I'll just be watching a fucking random ass show, and I'll be like, wow, what is this music? Kind of slap, and then your name will pop up on the screen, and it's like. Of
He's
course,
done it again.
Of course, he didn't even tell me he was working on this.
So I must say, I obviously it depends on what stage of the ego that I'm in. It is sometimes quite nice to look at the video and be like, I can't wait for the reaction. The reaction is weirdly, oddly gratifying, and I don't know if it's good that I get motivation or get satisfaction from that sort of thing, where it's like, son of a bitch, he's here again. Like, I just like appearing out of nowhere. Look, do a thing and then fuck off for a bit.
Look, everyone's, at least if you're a YouTuber, everyone's a little bit narcissistic, where, you know, sometimes a little bit. Okay, a little bit. Sometimes you search up clips of people talking about you and you're like, I shouldn't be nosy, but I'm just curious. I'm just curious. What do they have to say about me?
Well, I think it's important, you know, feeling that all the time might seem, you know, a little bit like narcissistic, whatever, but every now and then, you know, you got to just remind yourself that, you know what, maybe I am the GOAT.
Well, it's like, I am interested in the responses to the soundtracks, because especially, for example, Spice and Wolf, like knowing if, like, what is and what is not hitting. And like, there's even like current collaborations that I'm doing where like I'm quite involved with the creator, and I'm just saying like what is and what is not working, because you know, obviously with a released product, it's concrete, it's already done, and you know, it's more like you just learning perspective for maybe next time or something like that, or like, you know, research for blah 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 blah. But that makes sense. But like, yeah, it's not every track is going to be like a banger or something like that. It's just A, it's impossible. B, that's not what film music really is. It's like, you know, film music is about
blending in.
It's about being, well, it's about contouring in certain ways. Obviously, there's different
That's a better word.
Yeah. Oh, no,
That's
mate,
great.
It's a great word. Well, my favorite film score actually is from Gravity, the 2013.
Oh, really?
The Clooney,
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah. That score, the way I describe it is, it bent around the picture like water, like water in a cup,
right?
Like, you know, like Be the Cup.
Yeah,
like it felt like that. I've never seen or experienced a film music score bend tempi, texture, and just have it sync up in such a way, like if she's floating away and all of a sudden she drops back, then the tempo ramps up and it changes directions, and it's very, what I would call very parallel score for the most part, but like just done in a really, it's electronic, but it's not electronic, just very organic, and it's very fluid. And so that was like some of the best example I found I was in college at the time. I remember watching this, and like it was one of the best like 3D experiences I ever had in cinema as well. I was like, oh, this actually feels like a really good use of putting on the glasses and having a genuinely better experience with the film.
Like everything was 3D as well.
Yeah, they were converting it all. Whereas this, I'm not sure if they did it naturally in 3D, but they might have, because it was just very, very immersive. Very, very cool. And then you hear that thing in like Atmos, and you're like,
yeah,
I'm cool. Yeah.
Until it deafens you.
I don't care about that. I could not give a shit. Oh, dude.
You're probably like, this is a normal volume. To me, I'm like, Jesus,
turn
it up.
No. Because now you just remind me of another. For some reason, like it wasn't given as much love as I thought it should have. But Tenet.
Oh, I fucking love Tenet.
I love Tenet.
Dude, everyone calls me a fucking loser for saying that I love Tenet.
Nah, well, they're wrong.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay.
Sorry, I have to before I knock the mic.
Thank you. I'm happy.
No. So Tenet is like literally, like, I'm sorry, it's probably one of my favorite cinema experiences, IMAX experiences I've ever had in my life.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because I remember when that fire truck scene kicks in, and you're in IMAX, and we got like the premium seat,
right?
And we're fucking just there. And when that fire truck scene comes in, and like he's like sampling like fire trucks as when you're ducking with the kick sub something shit.
Subharmonic?
No, compression. Like you compress something over it and you're ducking. I'm going to call it ducking. Basically, he's taking a fire truck sound and he's ducking it over a kick drum. Yeah, I'm going to feel like an idiot when I remember.
None of that stuff means anything.
Basically, if you ever fire
sub
truck,
bass?
No, it's a compression thing.
Okay,
where you're subcontracting or something like that. Yep, I'm just
subcontracting. I do that.
I went to music school.
like you make the music sound good.
Yeah.
Well, working with Kevin, I realized that sometimes we'll try to like talk about technical stuff, and he's be like, yeah, you know, we're gonna do the blah blah thing.
You're like, does it sound good?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, side note, if it sounds good, it is good, is like a really good mantra. Like no matter how much technical skill you have, Like you need, at the end of the day, if it sounds like shit, then it doesn't matter if you've connected X, Y, and Z.
You don't want to overcomplicate it, right?
Yeah.
When you were just mentioning that you would look at reactions and stuff to see how people responded to the music and stuff, I was just thinking that whenever I've watched like a movie review or a TV show review, oftentimes when people talk about the show, they'll mention when the music is good. They'll be like, music is amazing.
Yeah.
But when it's bad, they just never talk about it. Or not bad, or like
forgettable,
right? I never hear people go like, no, music wasn't that great, or it's more so like the music was amazing. I loved this scene with this piece, right? So is it hard to get like kind of feedback from people because do they oftentimes not say anything, or am I just not looking at the right places?
I can only use my own experience, of course. Certain shows will garner more illicit comments about the music or not. Or more direct comments, I should say, about the music. So, in a show like Abyss, there's going to be more direct commentary.
Music's in the forefront.
There's a little bit more forefront mix, which is obviously very nice.
You're like,
please listen.
You have to listen to me.
You have no idea how hard it was to write this music. Please bring it. No, but not every show is like that.
Right.
And sometimes the music's mixed quite far back, which is appropriate, quite far back, which, I wish it could have been a little more or something like that. But, it's just the reality of the thing. Like, as a composer for film music, you are, you're like one cog in a machine. You are not the boss.
Yeah.
You're just a guy writing a tune. And so at the end of the day, it's like, you can push your opinion and you can say, I think it should be like this, but you're not, you have to be a team player, because if you're not, then you go home. You don't go to work.
So like I'm curious, because I don't think I've ever asked you this question, but what is your like top 5 favorite soundtracks? Could be anime, could be film.
That might be the hardest question
because I know, because it's like asking the anime reviewer what your favorite anime is.
I was gonna say, isn't this why I did the 3x3?
Oh yeah. Well, no, that was the 3x3 of anime.
Yeah.
But we didn't include film score
I
in
think
there.
it's easier to be like, what are the 5 first that come to your mind?
Thank you.
Because I know.
Like,
I'm still
the definitive ultimate Kevin Penny.
Because
no backseat list.
When you put Zankyou no Terror on your 3x3, I was like, thank you. Someone who also understands, and you are a decorated professional in the industry. Now I can say that this is one of my favorite soundtracks, and it's also backed by the opinion of one of my...
It's such a fucking banger. It's so good. I thought that was her best work. Yoko Kanno is the composer. Absolute like legend status. And she has done things and a half in terms of like the soundtrack. She's done Cowboy Bebop. She's done Ghost in the Shell, Standalone Complex. She's done Macross. She's done everything. Everything. A real like true legend of the industry. But I really gravitated towards that soundtrack. One, because I have a thing for Icelandic music anyway. So like I grew up on like Sigur Rós since high school. And so I was like really obsessed with post-rock, Icelandic post-rock for a while. And then there was a little bit of influence on that. Obviously, she recorded in Iceland. She recorded an amazing singer called Arnold Dahn for some of the songs. And I liked his voice so much that I actually got him to sing on the most recent Abyss as well, because I was just like, he's too good.
Yeah, I saw his name on there. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, because he's such a lovely, sweet guy. But I was just like, hey man, so you're really, really cool, and I've got to sing, and it needs to be falsetto, but it needs to like be like, I didn't want to use the same singer that I'd always use for the falsetto stuff, because I already had a track planned for him anyway. So I was like, are you in? He's like, I'm in. I'm like, yes.
Let's go.
Yeah. The way that soundtrack blends also sort of, I guess you would call it effects guitars, I guess. But yeah, like sort of post-rock / electronic guitars. I know it's a weird thing to say, but like electronically manipulated guitars. Strings, piano. She also includes a little bit of Bach in there out of nowhere, which is really, really cool. Like one of the tracks is basically just a fugue going on, which for me is really cool. And then the vocal tracks, just, I mean, the way that they just had this serenity,
just ethereal.
It is very,
when
very
you
good.
Wrote the vocals for some of those tracks, because you obviously wrote some very high notes in the first Made in Abyss soundtrack, and then the second one where
Worse
you're
than
like,
the second.
the second one where you're like, I just want to break the limits.
Yeah. Well,
I want to see some glass shatter.
well, I feel bad for the guy because he said no.
Which is you handed him like a track and he was like, nah, I can't do that.
Well, I had written something and it was actually for there's a big long song on the what's the third album of Made in Abyss, but the second series.
Yeah.
And it's like about a 7.5 minute slow post rock track, basically with giant orchestra that comes in the second half. And originally the vocal line was actually written for flugelhorn, which is a slightly bigger trumpet, a more velvety tone. I'm simplifying it, but
thank you. I appreciate it.
No.
I appreciate your simplification.
But flugelhorn, which is a completely underappreciaed instrument. But you know, about 5 people now will be like, "Yep, I agree," and then we're gonna move on. But I like fucked around with this like flugelhorn line, and then I was like, "This is probably actually physically impossible for the flugelhorn because I'd made it too high.
Yeah.
Because I pitched it up. And then it was not the right tone for the trumpet. So obviously I went from flugelhorn to high falsetto voice. So I literally had like no reason, but I was just like, okay, could I add lyrics to it and then chuck it up an octave and then see if it works? And it did not fail. So
nice.
Yeah.